I feel like this is not giving what it needs to give for me. Maybe it is. I don't know. I feel like it should be more. I don't know. Like trying to play with my hair. Okay, let me try to get some more light. Hold on. When he was walking past, I like smiled. He was just looking all serious. Oh God, y'all! I got a lot of thoughts. I don't know. Hold on, let me see. I got a lot of thoughts going in my mind right now, as y'all can see from the title. Let's talk about the flea market. If some of y'all don't know what a flea market is, it's just a empty parking lot where people put tents, not well tarps on like poles and stuff, and they have tables, and you can go in. It's not like an actual market. It's a market in a sense because you can buy. People are selling toilet paper, dish soap, like different things. But when you think of a flea market, if you're an OG, you think of a flea market like of people buying stuff from their garage, like antique stuff and stuff like that. So it's not really like it's not really like it's not really I don't know how to explain it. It's not really like it's not really like a supermarket. Um, and you can get stuff from like $1 to 200 if you're buying Nikes or whatever. So I sell herbal oil there, and usually you don't hear of that at a flea market. But this is a good starting place for me. When I first started there a couple weeks ago before the New Year's, I made a decent amount. Today I'm gonna be very transparent. I didn't make any sales, and I see what the problem is, or why that was. And I really don't want anybody to be offended by what I'm about to say, because I want to be very transparent. But I just want to say that for anyone that is wanting to sell at the flea market, you have to know your target people. Because if your flea market is a certain race or predominantly Asian or black or Mexican, whatever products that you're selling, it needs to target them if that's what it predominantly is. Because for me selling herbal oil and I'm African American, a lot of the people that were at the flea market were not trying to buy from me because I wasn't their culture. I wasn't their race. And I started noticing that because the people that were across from me were their race and their culture, and they were like buying from them, even if it was just like a little something. It was, hey, it was like in their language, they were like, hey, what's up? I mean, they were talkative, but when it came to me, it's like, even though I was like, hello, like I was really nice and stuff, it was just like, not like they didn't like me or whatever, but it was like, and I'm like, okay. Um, Even when I did see some black people, like, it's honestly crazy to me how, I mean, and y'all, let me tell you something. At the Folsom Flea Market, it was so freaking cold. Like, it was so cold. When I first pulled up, it was so cold. Then, y'all, let me tell y'all a quick testimony. I freaking was like, I felt so sick, right? I was like, where is this coming from? I was like throwing up. I threw up a little bit, and then I went to the bathroom, and I just was like, fine. God, in my weakness, God's strength was made perfect in me. And I literally was like rebuking and binding and like going hard against the enemy. Or whoever tried to put that spell on me, witchcraft on me, whatever, you know. And And I was just like, wow. And so I went in the bathroom not feeling well, but I left there like, feeling good. I was like, yes, thank you, God. So I had the strength to do that. And for all my females, it started for me. So if you can catch what I'm saying. And y'all, so that was that. And then I experienced the whole culture shock, you know? And it was like, and it was the city that I was in, it was the environment that I was in, and like surrounding areas. And it it was just like, I wouldn't even say frustrating, but the guy next to me that was selling his stuff was very frustrated because he had to like convince people to buy from him. He had to talk people into buy. And I'm not that type of person. Like, God's chosen hair care, we're not going to force ourselves on you. We're not going to make you buy from us. We're not going to talk you into why you should be buying this oil, however oil. Listen, if you don't feel like you need this oil, then it's not for you, because the people that it's for is going to be getting it. Okay. And I asked God, I said, God, bring the people that are for me to me. And I did that the first day I was out there and even today, because God already told his people, you don't accept things from everybody, including money. And yes, you're trying to make money, you're trying to make sales, but I'm your provider, Jehovah Jireh. I'm your provider. And so I don't want to be desperate and being like, oh, buy my oil, it'll make your hair grow, it'll give you fast results, it'll do. No, like a woman there, she was like, oh, well, how fast do you see results? I know it depends on a certain person. Boom, there you go. You just answered your own question. Because it goes based off your wash day, it goes based off how much you're using. But I told her, I was like, my oil is not just for hair growth, it's also for your hair health and giving your hair nutrients. On top of that, by the time you get halfway or almost done with the bottle, you will see a difference in your hair. Okay, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna buy from you. My question to her will be, what is the difference between today and the next time? But mind y'all, I already peeped her bringing her stuff to her table because she was a vendor there. This is another thing too for all my people that want to start selling at the flea market. Let me tell y'all something. Be very aware of people that just be looking at your setup and looking at what you're buying and selling and all that stuff, because there are monitoring spirits even at the flea market, and you can know nobody, right? You could be knowing nobody there, and they will walk past your table and see what you're selling, especially if you have customers. They want to see what you're selling so they can start putting it on their table. The only thing is they can't jock what I'm doing because they gonna look crazy because they have to explain what it does for your hair. There's a lot, you're gonna see a lot of people selling body wash, toilet paper, clothes, shoes, stuff they don't have to explain. But if you see some of the people that are selling their stuff, there is people selling clothes that is used. Now I bought some clothes today because I want to support someone that is working there, because he looks like he's maybe 18, 19. He's probably older than that, but he looks like he's 18, 19. And I wanted to support him. I wanted to support him in his business. And if y'all hear that vacuum noise, it's because my neighbors upstairs are vacuuming. So, and it's crazy because we have wood floors in this area, but anyways, um, it's okay. Hi, it's they probably got no, I don't know if they remodeled up there. I think they did, but it could be those vacuums that clean your floor, which I probably need to invest in that. Anyways, going back to my story. So he looks like he's about 18, 19, right? Um, he looks like he's about 18, 19, and I wanted to invest in him because he was like, he really gives me inspiration to like stay out there, you know, um, and everything. But so even though I didn't make sales today, I still like went and I still went and bought from somebody. And some of the vendors that's there, because you're called a vendor, so one of the vendors that's there, um, some of the vendors that's there at the flea market, they will come off like, oh, hey, how much is this? And what does this do? And oh, this and that, this and that. And I have one of those. And they'll come off talking like a customer. As soon as you start telling, they be like, oh, how much is this? Oh, that's $12. Oh, that's $25. It's a good deal. You should get it. Oh, you know what? I got my table over here. I'm a vendor here. I got my table. I got to go back to the table, but I'm going to come back and buy from you. You had 1,001 questions. And until I told you the price and like how you should get it, it's a good deal, all this other stuff, trying to talk you into getting it. Now it's, oh, you're a vendor. You got to go to your table. Vendors do that too. They so snake like, because it's dog eat dog world out there in the flea market, because everybody wants to make money, but nobody knows the aspect of a business person. Like, if you buy from somebody else, that person may or may not buy from you, but if you could buy from other people, people will buy from you. Like, treat somebody's business like you want people to treat yours. And so there was this guy that came, and he was asking the guy that was next to me. He was like, oh, I'm selling this he was selling something like this a glass thing where it has sliding doors or whatever. And he was like, oh, I have something like that. If not, I would have bought from you or whatever. And he was like, oh, but I got something I could sell you. He's like, I'm not worried about anything. I'm just trying to sell this glass case or whatever. And he was like, oh, well, it's for your bike and it does this. So he stopped and he listened. And he was like, yeah, and it's only this price and this price. He's like, okay, when I get some money, I'll come back and buy from you. So I'm like, when you get some money, I'm like, so did you steal that glass case? I mean, how do you not have money? And I'm like, you know, you got the money right now. You're just choosing not to buy from him until he buys from you. And mind y'all, this is people that be buying from each other, but if they didn't buy in a while or whatever, y'all, I mean, it's super freaking crazy. Like, it's so crazy. And then the guy next to me was like, oh, people aren't going to start coming till after they have their Burger King and McDonald's. And I'm just like, first off, I sometimes go to McDonald's and I get their large fry with their sweet tea. So I'm like, and then it's like the same. I'm like, you're bashing people from going to uh, McDonald's and Burger King, but those are the same people that you want to come and buy from you. So they may have that McDonald's, Burger King money, but you don't care because they're buying from you. Like, I don't understand. I'm like, so don't get on your high horse and think because they're eating McDonald's and Burger King that they can't, like, I just, it just, I don't know why people look down upon McDonald's and Burger King. Yes, it's unhealthy. Yes. But a lot of people that started eating Burger King and McDonald's, like, a lot of people has eaten it and then they stopped eating it because they got some money and they upgraded their eating habits. Great. That's fantastic. Good for you. But there's still people that still eat that for a season, and so and there's people that used to have that Aston Martin money, but they lost everything because of a divorce or whatever, and they had to go back and eat McDonald's. They had to humble themselves to go back and eat McDonald's. So I mean, and let's be real, starting from the bottom, a lot of us started with that McDonald's, Burger King money. Okay, like, let's be real. Okay. And then he was like, the people across from me was playing their type of music, and it was like the Latino music. And he was talking about, oh, I'm so happy they load the music down because the customers can't think and all that stuff. And it's like, yes, I mean, you don't want it to be too loud to where you can't hear, and I do get it. But it's like I couldn't really get too much in agreement with that because first it came off weird. Two, I was playing music when I first went there on a Saturday, December 30th. I was playing music and I was playing my gospel music. And it wasn't super loud because I was playing it from my car, but you know, it's just like, okay, what were you saying about my gospel music? Like, what when I was playing music, which I really don't care, but because both y'all were not complaining like y'all complaining now. I mean, they was just complaining. Like one of the guys was complaining, the one that was complaining about the music, he was complaining to the customers about, he was just saying about, oh, that's a good deal. That you can't get that nowhere else. That's a good price. It's cheap. It's cheap. And then his business partner was complaining to his customers when the guy wasn't there, talking about it's cheap, it's cheap. When he would walk away and go get something to eat or whatever he was doing, his business partner would talk to customers about how, oh, his business partner is like messing up his sales, and this is why he works only on Saturdays. I mean, it was literally quenching my spirit. I'm like, first off, I wasn't feeling well this morning. I almost didn't even like, I unloaded all my stuff and I started feeling sick. So I had to pack my car up as I'm feeling sick, like I'm about to throw up and poop on myself. I had to pack my own car up. Then so it went from me not feeling well to me not getting any sales to now me hearing, well, as I'm not getting sales, I'm like listening to y'all complain and bicker and won't. And it's just like, and then on top of that, y'all, they're smoking. Well, one of the guys was smoking a cigarette and he was smoking his cigars or whatever but they were smoking. Then there was people that was in the back smoking, who I don't know who was smoking the weed, but they were smoking weed, they were serving alcohol, and it was just like, bro, and my table was right next to there, so I had to like get up sometimes and walk away so I wouldn't get the smoke in my in my nostrils, because it smelled, y'all, it smells so bad. um I just wanted to make sure y'all I didn't even check if y'all can hear me. Okay. So yeah, I had to sweat. I mean, I was smelling it in my nostrils, so I'm like, I gotta get away from this because it smells so freaking bad. Um, so I was just dealing with that, and I'm just like, but even though I wasn't getting sales, I was still in a good mood. Like I wasn't like irritated with people. I even texted my homegirl. I was like, girl, it's super windy out here. It's cold. And, honestly, I'm not, did I tell her I wasn't making no sales? I was telling her it's hard because the certain people only want to buy from their people. And she was like, yeah, but you just gotta, you gotta be vocal. And I'm like, yeah, I do want to be vocal, but it's windy out here. It's cold. And I just, honestly, for me, it's like, it's a language thing. Like, I just feel like, they only want to buy from their people, because I was literally watching them go to the people next to them and they had no problem going in their wallet and buying whatever, but you know, and it's okay, it's fine. Like, so I'm gonna try another flea market in Roseville, and then I want to try one in Vallejo, California, because I don't want to be stuck in one spot. And y'all, let me tell y'all something else. The Folsom Flea Market, my table was $40. There's no refunds. So if it's raining outside or it's too hot and they talking about, oh, people shouldn't be outside because it's gonna be too hot or whatever, you cannot get your money back from for any reason. You can't get your money back. So especially if you don't make sense, like they don't offer your money back. So it's like, I don't want to keep spending $40 every week and I'm not making no sales. Like, that's so dumb. That's so stupid. So yeah, I'm just gonna do my thing, finish out this month. And I have it to where I'm gonna do it, but that's God's chosen hair care. So y'all don't need to know that. But I just want to just say, for anyone that's starting, I'm just talking about a flea market because I haven't experienced a storefront yet, but that's where I'm going to end up at. So this is practice. But for anyone that wants to start at the flea market, I can definitely tell you, definitely start. Definitely go to a flea market. But if you start, and I'll say try it for a month, but at the same time, at the same time, if it's predominantly like, okay, if you're African, I'm just gonna be real. If you're African American, if you're African American and you're selling hair oil and you're at a place that's predominantly Latino, you're not really gonna do that well. If you, yeah, but if you have black people that's there and they like, oh yep, like, and you making sales, cool every time, cool, that's your spot, But if it's predominantly Latino and there's a slim, if it's like 95% Latino and 5%, it's not gonna work. It has to be the other way around for you. So that's why I'm like, where I'm at in Folsom is cool, but uh it's not my type of cool. Now if I was to go to Vallejo, predominantly more black. So that's why I'm gonna try Vallejo. Um uh but I'm also gonna try Roseville as well. So I'm gonna see what that brings out. But I'm gonna also try Vallejo where it's predominantly black. But again, some black people don't like supporting other black people. Don't ask me why. It's crazy. But I'm not going to, talk negative, but I am being realistic. And I'm not going to keep sowing seed or giving money to something that's not giving me that breakthrough. That's not, it's just, in business, you have to know your target audience and you have to know who who this is needing. Like, if no one here needs what I'm supplying, then boom. If this is not where I need to be, let me move on. And my homegirl was like, "Oh, you just gotta keep making your presence known, and the more they see you, the more they want to buy." And it's like, no, I don't want to sit at a table where I spent $40 and I got more people walking past me than buying. Okay, this is the second time I was there. And let me just say this too. The first time I went there, it was a certain crowd. There was two people that I recognized as far as customers the first time I went out there, and they bought from me. This second time, there was a lot more new people. A lot more new people. So, yeah. So that's why I'm just like, yeah, this is just not. And again, I'm selling hair oil. If I was out there selling shoes and it was Jordan and Nikes, yeah, I would most likely get customers. But I'm not gonna switch up Gosh and hair care and start selling what they. I'm no, 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 no. My business is not based off them. It's based off God. But it's good practice though, because just like it went from me, selling at my job to me selling in the parking lot of a beauty supply store in Walmart to selling at a flea market. And now I'm about to move on to something else. I'm about to move to it. And I went from Davis to Sacramento to Folsom, and now I'm gonna go to Roseville. Then it's gonna be so. I'm just trying out my different areas. So, but you don't want to move on too fast because this is my second time selling there. So it's not like I've been there for 2 months and it's not working. Like, that's why I'm like, I'm gonna finish out this month. But I'm also gonna compare. So if I have more chances at the Folsom, then I'm gonna do Folsom. But I am gonna try Roseville for sure. But I didn't want to make this live too long. I just wanted to come on here and just kind of vent to you guys, talk to you guys about the flea market and my experience and why I said what I said in my short. Because if you look at my other short, my first time going there, I was like, "Hey, you guys come out, it's fun." And I still had fun. It was still fun. But from a business point of view, for all my business people, it was fun. But it was fun people watching. But that's not going to pay the bills. And it was like hurting me that, you know, I was having so many people walk past. I'm like, oh my God. I was like, I was already not feeling well. I'm like, I just want to go home. And the reason why I just wanted to go home because it was windy, it was cold. I was like, I'm just ready to go home and get back to the drawing board. and just pray. I was just thanking God mostly on today that I was able to finish out today, because I was literally going to pack my stuff up and go back home. And I started feeling sick like at 7. Like I mean, I literally just unloaded my car, set my whole system up, and started to feel sick. I was throwing up. I had to go to the bathroom. But literally, y'all, I'm by myself. I already threw up in my car in a Target bag. And then I had to put all my stuff in my car so I can walk away from my table. Because that's the thing. You don't want to leave your cell phone out. You don't want to walk away from your table with your stuff on your table, because people will take it. And even though no one was buying my oils, best believe they will take my oils off the table and take it home. Okay. Also, too, there was people there that had devil stuff. People, listen, I'm literally ready to take everything off of God's chosen here, take everything off my table and put a thing down, a chart, like a table cover, and put a picture frame with an empty, with a whatchamacallit, with a sign that says need prayer, praying for anyone for free, and have a sign that says no money, no cost, and in the middle it says do you need prayer? And I'll be praying for people for free. Because there's people walking around with devil shirts, devil faces on their bikes, uh, drinking, smoking weed. I mean, it was girls walking around looking like dykes. I mean, it was, y'all, it was, and for anyone that is dressing or smoking or anything, and you follow me, listen, I'm gonna be real with you. You smoking and you thinking it's taking your stress away, it's not. It's not. Because go a week without, not even a week, go a couple days without smoking, you'll be feeling aggravated, irritated, and you'll be wanting to smoke. That's why it's addictive. It's addictive. That's another live, y'all. See? That's why I'm literally ready to do that. I'm literally ready to just wipe my table off and say, okay, I'm not gonna sell at this location. I'm gonna get prayer to this location. But I'm gonna still have my oils in the car. And if they say, oh girl, I just want to support you, now I'm selling some oils. Now that's not a gimmick to get people to buy from me. That's me setting the captive free. I'm like, okay, see, this location doesn't need sales. They need deliverance. They need prayer. Yeah. And that's the thing. One of the guys that was well, the guy that was like really pushing people to buy from him, that had a table next to me, he was like, it's hard to get people to buy from you here because they expect everything to be $1. And I was like, I'm starting to see that. Because I'm listening to them talk about, oh, you can't find this anywhere, and you can't find this anywhere, and that's a cheap, that's a nice price, and it's cheap, and it's this and it's that. And I'm just like, wow, like, it's, y'all, it's crazy. But I don't want to make this live too long, and I don't want to keep ranting. Y'all get the point. Hopefully y'all do. Run it back. And feel free to ask me any questions in the comments. Yeah, I will take y'all with me again next Sunday, because it's going to rain this Saturday. So I'm going to try not to be out there when it rains, because don't nobody come out when it rains. Oh my God. So, yeah. But I just want to thank God that I was able to make it through today. And everything that happened today, I just thank you, God. And I pray you guys had a blessed day and a blessed night. And until next time, I love you guys with the love of Christ. And I'll see you guys later.